Yes, right now I am underneath the RV. We just fixed the poop pipes, and it's been a heck of an experience being under here fixing these things. If you have no idea what I'm talking about with the poop pipes, make sure you go check out the video that's in the card up above, because it was an amazing experience heading out to the Grinduro. So we're getting ready to work on the Sprinter. We're going to install a third seat into it. I hope you guys enjoy it and have fun watching the experience. See you on the internet.
All right, we're in the van. This is 2007 Sprinter, Dodge Sprinter, just because that's what it was when Mercedes owned them back then. It's the medium height, medium length. If you're gonna buy one of these guys, get the taller, get the longer, figure out a way to do it. We're putting in a middle seat in between the seats back there, just because now that we've gotten to the point where I've got kids, we need to carry more things, got to have more than 2 seats. So yeah, if you have any questions on what you see, just make sure you ask me in the comments. Give it a like if you like it. Subscribe, have fun, and yeah, just keep paying attention. And you're gonna see my dad in the video in a little bit too. He's a good helper. Hope you guys are liking the view. Okay. Alright, I'm going to show you guys this, because we just found some holes underneath there that look like they're going to be the right size, so that you guys can find these if you're doing this. Allow you guys to know what the heck is going on. Alright, so right underneath there, if you're looking, there's one hole that you can see. Get some focus going. Potentially, yeah, so there's that guy. And if you can get it, there you can see the other guy. So those 2 holes were there, we just had to punch them through. So what we're gonna do is reposition the seat now to see what where the new back holes need to be. You can kind of see, we didn't realize that those gray little dots were actually just stickers that you can pull off. So I'd imagine that that front sticker is one if you have a seat with 3. We do not. We have one with 2, so we're just using those 2. There you go. All right, so there you can see now with the back holes, we were actually really close where we were gonna put it. So it looks like now all we gotta do is drill those 2 guys out, and we'll have ourselves a nice little place to mount this thing. Boom. do the seat. There. All right, so the bolts that came with this guy we wanted to put washers on there. It came with lock washers, but it didn't come with washers, so we wanted to put washers on there. But unfortunately, the washers with the bolts, they're not long enough. So we've got the seat in. It's tight for now. We don't have the brackets, and I'm gonna go get some longer bolts. So get some longer bolts, get back under this thing, and go ahead and put the brackets, make sure this thing's tight and good to go. I'm gonna showcase that and keep on keeping on. Keep it up. All right, as we talked about, I wanted to make the holes a little bit bigger because once you get underneath the van, there's just a lot of crap underneath, and I'll show you some gunk that they've got under there and just the different angles and things like that. So it's a little bit tougher to get these guys on there since these holes are the exact size. Since we've got lock washers, I'm not too worried about it. So I'm going to drill these out from the 1/2 inch that they're at to 3/4 of an inch. Should have gotten something so I could step it up. So I just wanted to show you guys all the gunk that's up in there. And you know, it's just some kind of insulation spray or something like that that's there. And I've got to kind of scrape it off, which sucks, but it is what it is. Just got to make it happen. All right, there's the bracket. Now I can tell you, you're gonna want to have every single tool with you underneath the car because I've had to get out of this thing and get back underneath it too many dang times. So it's a bitch, you gotta make it work. And yeah, just have a second person, it makes it way easier. And hello, second bracket. It's a little bit tougher to show you guys. I'll back up a little bit so you can kind of see some of the angles and stuff. This one obviously a lot easier. That first one, which is up there, a little bit tougher to get to. And then this piece here made it extremely tough. So just make sure you're paying attention to where, that's why I had to put the bigger hole in there, is because I need to make room for this, the fact that this would be sitting directly up against that guy. So here's kind of backing up a little bit, seeing if you can kind of see what's going on with that brace. It just goes across, and it's just because, you know, in the long run this is sheet metal at the floorboard of the van, and so this kind of adds some stability to these guys being put there, and pressure from the seat and all that kind of jazz. So yeah, man, I really wish that I had GoPro of me getting in and out from underneath this van for 500 dozen times. It was ridiculous. But here we are. I'll show you guys the seat in the van, and it's installed and ready to rock. All right, here's underneath. Everything's bolted up. You can see how the seatbelt bolts to the 2 bolts in the back. And I'm just gonna leave that underneath the seat as it's folded up. What's neat is actually it looks like I've got about a 1-by-4 space under here. I can just build myself a drawer that can kind of come out, you know, make it about 10 inches deep. Just kind of store some fun stuff. Might be a good place to keep some de-icer, a scraper, you know, bits like that. Just every bit of storage in a Sprinter is nice to have. So I'm gonna show you the seat and the seat belt. All right, middle seat is in. So it just has a lap belt. So definitely, you know, if you're gonna want to put anything really secure there, make sure that they're okay with just a lap bolt. But you know, obviously you don't want to get in a wreck, you just have a seatbelt for just in case kind of situations. What's nice is that this guy folds down and turns itself, well, maybe turns itself into a console, and that's really the reason that I got it. I wanted to make sure that the console that I was removing from here to put the seat in could also kind of be replaced by this guy. Of course, my Yeti does not fit, so who knows what's going to go on there. Just going to have to keep that guy going there. But yeah, I mean, in the long run, this is probably the way it'll stay until all of a sudden one of the kids needs to jump in and bam, put the lap belt on, and we'll call it good. You know, the black doesn't totally match, but this is an 07. It's one of those situations where there's been a lot of dirt roads that this thing's driven down, a lot of dirt bike races that it's gone to, so it makes sense that the black, this great, awesome looking new black, is not the same black that we have in there, but I think it's going to work really good. Obviously, if we have any issues with it, we'll let you know. I think I am going to go ahead and build a drawer to go underneath it to just be able to pull out and keep maybe some maps, some de-icer, a scraper, you know, inverter, things of that nature, so that you can kind of have them on the ready as you're driving down the road. There are plans to kind of continue to rehaul the Sprinter. We've been using this thing since 07 for dirt bike races, so we already have kind of 2 fold-down beds, some drawers, but they're, you know, they're kind of just thrown together. And now that we've been doing a lot more woodworking, a lot more projects, things of that nature, I want to go ahead and kind of see what I can do, a van conversion, if you will. I don't know if it's going to get completely insane like what you see on Pinterest and some of the other van conversion videos, but if you have any ideas as we're in the midst of this, make sure you drop them in the comments. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Of course, always, it'd be great if you could give a subscribe, the Purveyor of Awesome channel. Who knows what's going to be coming up next? I think it could be a lot of fun. Thanks for paying attention, and we'll see you on the internet.